What's going on, Jeromes? We are back. We are better than ever. Well, we are than ever. This feels like a big-time game. This feels like the Super Bowl, man, where, yes, Week 10 Super Bowl, whatever. But Vikings versus Bills, 7-1, getting it done, visiting the 6-2 Buffalo. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good game. Josh Allen is playing, obviously, and the entire scheming this entire week by Sean McDermott and the Bills is like, oh, he had an MRI on Tuesday. Oh, he's not practicing Wednesday and Thursday. Oh, he's limited on Friday. Oh, he's running away from the media when he saw that people are filming. All this cloak and dagger nonsense. It's so stupid. It really is. I really hate when coaches do this. Zimmer used to do this all the time with the injury report, and it's just so insulting and demeaning to the other coaching staff. Because do you think Kevin O'Connell and Ed Donatel are shocked that Josh Allen is starting today? It's like, by God, that's Josh Allen's music. Oh, no, we prepared for Keenum all week. Oh, no. It's so stupid. I understand. It's a little bit of gamesmanship. It's a little bit of, make you think a little bit more, blah, blah, blah. But it's so stupid. It really is insulting, but whatever. It is what it is. It doesn't matter who's at quarterback. We'll sack them 8 or 9 times. And the Vikings defensive choreographer, whoever it is, they better have done their homework and worked overtime this week, because the Vikings, here and here first, the Vikings defense is getting 3 turnovers today. Baby. We got Stu going. So before the game, you got Cousins and Diggs hugging it out. Now, I don't think that there was animosity between Cousins and Diggs, although the timing between Cousins, the announcement that Cousins was getting a contract extension, and then like literally an hour later, Diggs tweeting out, it's time for a new beginning. Like, that certainly syncs up. But I think his frustration was more with the direction of the offense as opposed to Kirk Cousins as a quarterback or a person, right? But Kirk being part of that offense got tied in, man. So, I mean, the offense being run, pass, punt. Run, pass, punt. Obviously, that was frustrating to Diggs. So the trade happened, and it worked out. It is truly a win-win. The Bills got Diggs. He got to bet on himself, and then the Vikings got Justin freaking Jefferson. And now the offense, ironically, is really opening up. And it wouldn't have worked out, but well, the Vikings could have traded up from 25. Whatever. But imagine if the Vikings had Diggs and Jefferson right now with Thielen as wide receiver 3. Woo! Come on, man. But we hope, we wish, whatever. So if you got a question, toss a couple bucks in the super chat. We'll answer it. We'll do some shout outs here in a second. Also, check out the store link below, purpleftw.net. Free shipping on all of our gear. Producer Allie's got the holiday line coming out very soon. So there you go. Also, everything is usually about 1 week shipping in the domestic U.S., so it's pretty damn awesome, man. So there you go. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, inactives for the Vikings. UDFA Luigi Villain, Benton Whitley, the edge rushers from Wake Forest for Villain, formerly Michigan. Benton Whitley, the former Ram. Chris Reed is inactive yet again. Now, I was thinking maybe the way that Ezra played last week and the way that Ed Ingram has played the last 6 weeks, maybe Chris Reed would be up. But you do got Schlutman. Brandel, even though he is a tackle by trade, he can play inside. He's worked in there before, so is what it is. Rookie tackle Vidarian Lowe, inactive yet again. Useze Atamawo is down. Again, he has been active throughout his NFL career so far as a rookie. I was thinking maybe he would get some work with Diesel Dalvin Tomlinson being ruled out again, but Kyrus Tonga, as well as Jumpin' James Lynch, and also you have Ross Blacklock have done a really good job subbing in for Diesel Dalvin. So hopefully that will hold up today. Def PNG. Bring up our offense and defense. Almost heaven. West Virginia. How about that game, by the way? Woo! Better than the Texas game. That stunk. Whatever. All right, so offense, defense, we'll take a look there in a second. Keys to victory. So we recapped this in our on our preview video on Friday, but the song remains the same. Running the ball, 4-4-4. I think this has to be a big-time Dalvin game. I think with the weather, I think with being on the road, it does lend itself to running the ball. And even though the Bills' defense is one of the best in the National Football League, because I think they're first in scoring, I think they're third or fourth in yards. Let's see here. Yeah, first in scoring, fourth in yards. They're sixth in rushing yards allowed. But the last two games against the Packers, they allowed 208, as well as against the Jets, they allowed $174. So even though they've only allowed 100 yards rushing in 3 out of their 8 games this season, that's going to be big. And the fact that you do have Matt Milano coming back from injury, that certainly helps. But they're going to be down Tremaine Edmonds and Jordan Poyer, so it's going to be a big deal. It's going to be kind of a big deal. Actually, let's look at the Bills inactives. Inactives, Bills. Josh Allen active. Duh. LDO, obviously. Let's see. Tre'Davious White still inactive. Buffalo Bills, won't you come out tonight? It puts the lotion on its skin. Oh, so my bad. Edmonds is not inactive today. He's gonna play. But he's dinged up with I think it was groin hamstring. Some of that. Carl Lam is down. No Rousseau, so that certainly helps with the edge rushes. But I mean, it still comes down to Von Miller, man. Absolutely. And the Vikings, we made this case on Friday. Get the ball. Get the ball, start fast, have a long 75-yard touchdown drive, try and take the crowd out of it, play some good defense on Josh Allen. And the thing about Josh Allen is like he will serve up a meatball or two. Like he will make mistakes. Like yes, he can make these high-end, super amazing plays, but that elbow is not 100%. And yes, his legs aren't impacted by his elbow, so you got to watch out for that. I think it could be a big Brian Asamoah game, you know, the way that they used him against Justin Fields and the Bears. So, I mean, and with Josh Allen, like he'll make some highlight plays, but he'll also toss up some stinkers. He will also give you the ball. No mid-game lull, like we've seen every single week. It seems like sometimes it's inevitable, but the Vikings, if they want to get this win, which would be their signature win, going into Buffalo. I mean, Josh Allen is dinged up, sure, but Josh Allen don't play defense. Still one of the best defenses in the NFL, and getting a win in hostile territory, that would be eating a W, man. So you can't have this, the offense is starting to go in 3-and-out. You know, the middle 3 drives, you have 14 yards and no first downs. You can't have that. It's not going to fly, man. Number 4, Diggs. It's all about Stephon Diggs because, you know what? Double Diggs, and if Gabe Davis beats you, all 6'4" of them, the pride of UCF, sure, that's fine. If Dawson Knox beats you, if Isaiah McKenzie beats you, don't care. Don't care. It's got to be 14. So Caleb Evans, it's a big test. It's a big test and a big task. And Patrick Peterson, the veteran out there as well, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a big-time game. Interior offensive line. So even though Rousseau is a no-go, the Bills are still pretty damn studly, even on the interior. They got Ed Oliver, Daquan Jones, a veteran, Jordan Phillips, Tim Settle is also in the mix as well. So the Vikings interior offensive line, Bradbury was dinged up with that ankle injury, but he's good to go. But Ezra got to step up. Ed Ingram, you got to stem the tide, man, because every single defensive coordinator is going to be targeting 67, and until he steps up, they're going to keep on doing it. So whether it's Ed Ingram playing better, whether it's the offense scheming better to help protect him, get him a little bit of extra help with some line slides, or having the running back just always watching the right guard, I don't know. Man. Then whoever the quarterback is, we after that ass. Like Josh Allen can go down. Case Keenum's got some mobility, but if he's in there, we're going to put him on his ass. And Zadarius Smith, Danielle Hunter, DJ Wanham. We're warming up, baby. We are warming up. Woo! That's right, man. Hey, let us know where you're watching from. We'll give a couple of shout-outs. Derek Baker, $10 in the super chat. Have Peterson follow Diggs or let Evans cover Diggs on some plays? I say just play sides. Yeah, I don't think you need anyone trailing Diggs right now, and especially with Evans coming in as a rookie. Generally, you like keeping a rookie static on one side so he can get used to that side, so he can really get used to using the boundary as an extra defender. So we'll see. And then, we have to ask Von Miller. Von Miller's at ski where. Von Miller is so freaking ridiculously good. Like Matthew Stafford and OBJ, blah, 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 blah. Kevin O'Connell, all that stuff with the Rams. Von Miller is one of the big reasons why they won that Super Bowl. Because, I mean, you saw him. Take away Von Miller from that defense. They still got Aaron Donald. They still got Jalen Ramsey. It's different. It is completely different this season. Let's see, a couple shout-outs. Got Elk River, Rochester, Quebec, Honolulu. A little bit of difference in weather, Quebec and Honolulu. Let's go from New York Lake of the Woods, Duluth, Oakland, CA. Do you know there's an Oakland, Michigan? I didn't know that. It's crazy. Maui. Got Two Harbors, Wood Up, Egan, South Metro represent, Auburn, Maine, Des Moines, Plymouth, Denver, Sunshine State. Gorgeous, Denver. Skull from Germany, Guten Tag, Iowa. And that Germany game was pretty good. I wish that Gino and that offense would have shown up a little bit earlier. Not only for my bets, but also for my fantasy team. Whatever. Orange County, which is a great movie, by the way. Jack Black, Colin Hanks. Lafayette Hill, Pennsylvania. Fargo. Vermont. VT, is that Vermont or Virginia Tech? One of the two. Houston, Walker, Minnesota. Baxter, Waupun, Winona. Wood Up, Moorhead. St. Paul, Rocktown, Illinois. Thank you very much for coming along. Also, we'll have the halftime show and postgame show, and then winners and losers, of course. And then, let's hear Von Miller, blah, blah, blah. Von Miller's so good, man. Von Miller is just ridiculously good. And I'm interested because Von Miller plays about half and half on left and the right side. And Darrisaw is playing better than O'Neal this year, flat out. Like, Christian Darrisaw is playing like one of the top 2 or 3 left tackles in the league, and he's not 3. That's for sure. So it could be a spot where Von Miller lines up a lot more over Brian O'Neal, which is kind of weird. It's kind of weird, man. But Brian O'Neal, he's had some down games this year, but he's still Brian frickin' O'Neal, man. Also, number 8, TJ Hawkinson. So 9 for 70 on 9 targets last week. Just learning the offense. Now he's got a full week back into the system. I think this is going to be monstrous because Edmonds is dinged up. Poyer is out in the middle of the field. So I think that there's going to be a major opportunity for TJ Hawkinson to attack down the middle of this defense, especially with all the attention going to Justin frickin' Jefferson, because Leslie's not a dummy. Leslie knows that 18 is the straw that stirs the drink in the passing game. So, I mean, 87 could have himself a nice game. Number 9, Jefferson. So, no Kyle Lam, no Tre'Davious White. They didn't activate him. So, Justin Jefferson, man. I mean, he has got a golden opportunity here to show up and show out on a big-time stage. And I think that Jefferson is going to have a phenomenal game. Even though it's going to be windy, it's going to be cold, it's not ideal for passing the football, but I think that they're going to find a way to get Jefferson the ball. Whether it's screens, whether it's quick passes, whether it's whatever, jet sweeps, Jefferson lined up in the backfield, running angle outs or Texas routes, whatever. I think that Jefferson is going to get the ball. I think he's going to make a big impact on this game, man. And then also Kirk's finest hour. So all of the haters and the losers, all of them denigrating Kirk Cousins, even though he's got 4 game-winning come from behind wins this season in the fourth quarter. People know Kirk Cousins as the lovable goofball, right? But now he's going viral with the chains and all that stuff. And just imagine, because last week, commies, shirt off, all the chains, got a couple watches on him. Just imagine if and when. Actually, no, not even if. When the Minnesota Vikings beat the Bills' ass today, what's going to happen? We've said he has to go full Mankini, man. He does. And, the rest of the way, the schedule-wise, what kind of sucks is that the Vikings have most of their road games out of the way. So after today, you only have 3 road games left. You have 5. You got 5 home games: Cowboys, Patriots, Jets, Colts, and Giants, and then you got 3 on the road: Lions, Packers, Bears. Oh my! So, and also the Vikings may be in the clubhouse for the division and maybe even the 2 seed by week 17, week 18. So that may be, I don't know, that may be backups time, resting your starters. Who really knows? So, this is it. Like this is the road win Super Bowl outside of potentially going to Philly and upsetting the Eagles in the NFC title game, which Kirk has to be butt-ass naked, right? Well, no, if and when the Vikings win the Super Bowl, flying home from Glendale, Kirk has to be naked, right? Full-on naked, but get him a chain that covers, the cash and prizes, all that stuff, and we'll go from there. Let's see here. All right, so take a look at the standings. All right, so the Vikings 7-1. It's almost not fun at this point, man. All of a sudden, the Bears play the Lions. The Packers host the Cowboys a little bit later on. Vikings, they got to get it done. They got to get it done because they do have an opportunity to clinch by Thanksgiving, which how wild would that be? But, of course, one game season, the Bills are formidable, man. It's going to be a tough-ass game, whether Josh Allen was in there, whether he's dinged up, whether Keenum is in there. It really does not matter at all. But I think that this is going to be some of the Vikings' finest hour, especially on defense. So, I mean, the Jets had the blueprint last week against Josh Allen. Of course, them seeing him twice a year, that's going to help. But, I mean, the Bills don't really have much of a running game. Gabe Davis has stepped up as a nice wide receiver too at times, but it really is Stephon Diggs in the passing game, and Josh Allen can be highly erratic, especially if you get pressure on him. So if you're able to contain Josh Allen's big plays, and if you're able to contain him in the run game as well, I mean, the Vikings have themselves a fantastic shot, but it's going to be a big-time Kendricks and Hicks and maybe even Bryant Asamoah type game. I could see them potentially playing like a 3-3-5 today in terms of their nickel sub-package because they want speed on the field, yes. So it's a spot where you have Daniil, where you have Phillips or James Lynch or Daniil, Blacklock, and Za'Darius. And then you got Kendricks, Hicks, and Asamoah. And then you got your 5 DBs. Just get after that. Just get after that, man. There you go. Oh, we need to update this. Take Dantzler off and put Duke Shelley on. Whatever. Vikings offense. So it's all about the offensive line. And it's weird. When I saw the quote about Von Miller saying that the Vikings have a top 10 offensive line and it's one of the best offensive lines that they face this year, he's not wrong. Especially him talking specifically about the tackles, which he's going to go up against as an edge rusher primarily. I mean, he's not wrong. Like Darrisaw and Brian O'Neill are one of the best tackle duos in the National Football League, but it's that middle that freaks me out, man. It does, and I'm worried about T&E stunts. I'm worried about games up front, just simple things that, Von Miller on a T&E, just getting inside against Cleveland or Ed Ingram. They got to step up. And I'm more optimistic about Ezra. We've seen Ezra play phenomenal football before. Ed Ingram, he's a rookie. I understand that. But at a certain point, he can't be a rookie this year. All right. So as he's gone, like they've almost gone through a full college football season. So Ed Ingram needs to really start stepping up. Otherwise, they got to find someone else. Whether it's Schlutman, whether it's Brandel, probably not Oliudo or Chris Reed, whatever. Someone has to step up, and if it's not Ed Ingram, someone else has to get in there as well. So, woosah, breathe. Let's get some final score predictions. Toss them in the chat, man. There we go. Pretty hyped up for this game. Like I don't really get hyped up for much. I got a pretty low pulse. I should probably go to a doctor, get that checked, but this is a big game. And it's circled on a lot of people's calendar, even though yes, it is a noon game. Kirk Cousins and noon games. I mean, a lot of the nation does have this circled as one of the premium noon games and one to watch because this is legitimately a Super Bowl preview. And the Vikings, even though, 6 wins in a row is 6 wins in a row, but can we get a solid 4-quarter game where all 3 phases are clicking and just going in and leaving there be no doubt against a very good opponent in their building? Love it, man. I think this is going to be an ugly type game, but I think the Vikings do pull it out at the end. Vikings 17, Bills 16. Yeah. All right. Couple predictions. 6-9-0. Vikings, that'd be kind of nice. 24-21, 31-14, 33-9. Feeling fine. That's right. 1,000-0. We'll take that. 28-20, 26-22. Vikings gaming, do you think we'll see Boot Jr. today? I think special teams. And ideally, we won't see him on defense because that means that Evans is playing well and there's no injuries. So I'm actually rooting not to see Andrew Boot Jr. on defense. Even though I made the case before the draft and after the draft, Andrew Booth Jr., I think, does have the attributes to be solid in the slot. I think he's got great agility. I think that in college, he generally traveled, so he's fine turning and chasing both directions, which is one of the skills that you need as a slot cornerback. So I think that next offseason, they should consider it, especially since you got Evans, who's looking like a stud and a future starter. You got Dantzler, who's already established that he's a stud and a starter. And so it's crowded on the outside. So, I mean, there's room in the slot because who knows if they re-sign Shandon. And Patrick Peterson probably comes back for one more year. So if Booth Jr. wants to get on the field, I mean, the slot may be the place to go. Even though, he's not your typical slot cornerback because he's not 5'9". He's got great length. He's got great speed and agility. It's something you want, especially, slanging and banging up against large tight ends. Let's see here. Got some spam. All right, so 97-0. We'll take that. Bills 34, Vikings 17. Boo. Boo. But I am very interested to see what Josh Allen's elbow is going to be like because his last throw against the Jets, I mean, was pretty damn good for by any metric. But a lot of that was adrenaline and having this entire week where they had multiple tests on that ligament, the UCL. And Schefter reported this morning that the Bills are confident that there is no chance that he could re-injure it. How can you say that though? What happens if he reels back again, like he did against the Jets, and a Vikings player is going for that strip sack, and then that elbow just torques out like that? I don't know, but it's kind of funny. If his elbow injury affects his accuracy, we're never going to know because maybe he'll just look like Wyoming Josh Allen. What's amazing to me, Josh Allen is still the most polarizing draft prospect in draft history. He really is. Like, half of the draft experts thought that he was going to be a bust. Half thought that he was going to be a Hall of Famer. There was really no in between. That, hey, he'll be a top 10 quarterback, a first round pick, and he'll be okay. There was never going to be any in between. But what's interesting is that the Josh Allen prototype, the Mahomes prototype now. Well, Mahomes more with his arm, even though he's sneaky fast. Like, Patrick Mahomes doesn't look like he's running fast, but then he's just pulling away from everyone, which it's like an optical illusion, man. But Josh Allen, big time arm and also legs. And I think that the mobile quarterback is really coming into vogue now because you look at Lamar, you look at Hurts, you look at Kyler, you look at Mahomes to a degree. You look at Josh Allen. Like, all the quarterbacks can move, extend plays, which greatly helps out it can help bail you out on third down, which is extremely demoralizing on the defense, and also really helps out your offensive line because they don't have to protect a statue back there who's going to hang on to the ball for 5 seconds. So it may open things up. And you look at the college quarterbacks now. Young can move, Stroud can move, Levis can obviously move, Anthony Richardson can move as well. Hendon Hooker can move even though he's 75 years old. So, I mean, that's what we're looking for now. Is the next quarterback of the Vikings going to have a big arm and have some mobility? Like, I like Will Levis from Kentucky, man. Even though I think he's going to be way out of the Vikings' range in terms of the draft. But Kwesi has shown he does not give a fudge. Maybe he trades up all the way from 31. Because remember, the Dolphins lost their first-round pick because of the Tom Brady, Sean Payton thing. So the Super Bowl champion will actually be drafting at 31. So, yeah, and we've said that a couple times in videos, like, oh, the Vikings going to be drafting 31, and then a lot of people are just like, oh, you're predicting the Vikings going to lose Super Bowl, what kind of fan are you? Without realizing. Anyways, it's funny to me. Tristan D, $5 in the Super Chat. If we win, the media will say Josh Allen was hurt. Oh, absolutely. The Vikings are in a lose-lose situation where if the Vikings win, they'll say Josh Allen wasn't 100%. If Josh Allen didn't play and the Vikings win, they'll be like, oh, Case Keenum, blah, blah, blah. And if the Vikings lose, they'll be like, you can't even beat Josh Allen when he's hurt. So, the Vikings are truly in a catch-22. So they better just win because it counts the same in the standings. And that defense, Josh Allen don't play defense, man. Said that all damn week long. But Kirk Cousins, look at him marching out. He's looking good. The Buffalo Bills, please. Please, please, please. All right. We'll be back here at halftime. Thanks for coming along. And also, we'll be here for post-game show as well. If you want to check out the merch, purpleftw.net. Free shipping on anything. Shipping takes about a week domestically. Check it out. Link down below. You guys are the best. See you at halftime. Skol, production value.